It's looking grim, chaps. Diesels are appearing everywhere. Dr. Beeching is taking down more of British railway lines, and more people are using buses and lorries instead of rail.
I know, 4 of my siblings have been scrapped this year. Latties, Gallimore, Sandwich and Gallop.
Sandwich is dead? I really like that guy.
Excuse me, but what are you doing lazying about in the sheds for?
I've been withdrawn. I'm now waiting to see what's going to happen to me.
Oh well, I'm not worried about being withdrawn. After all, I broke the fastest steam engine record.
Oh, thanks. That's really cheering me up.
It's nothing personal, Green. It's just that speed is the gateway to being preserved, not being named after a fish train.
Well, I'm hoping to be bought. You heard of SOS Save All Scotsmen? Well, being the first engine to be running 100 miles per hour, I'm obviously going to...
Didn't City of Truro go 100 miles per hour first?
Oh, come now. A 440 with double frames, an open cab, and a tiny 3,500 gallon tender doesn't actually symbolize the image of speed, now does it?
Regardless if he did it or not, it is funny that the LNER preserved him in the old railway museum at York.
The LNER saving Great Western engines? Whatever next? What say you, Scotsman? Scotsman?
What's on your mind, cousin?
I'm just thinking of what's going to happen to everyone else. I mean, Ellen was built just 15 years ago, and most of the BR engines are under 10 years old, and they're still getting scrapped.
Young engines being scrapped before they turn a wheel, shameful. It doesn't help that the British Railways are trying to replace us with those diesels quicker than a rat exterminator.
And I told them, London's Euston! And they still didn't believe me. Stupid no-ethers and Great Westerners, stuck up in their own ways.
Alright, BCE, whatever you say.
Even if modernization takes out steam engines, I will never trust anyone apart from the LMS. Make sure you remember that young engine. Don't trust anyone but an LMS.
Okay. Take care of yourself, and try not to start another fight with an LNER or a GWR.
Hey?
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing.
So, what do you think about this modernization? Well, 4 of my siblings have been scrapped this year.
A few of my sisters have been withdrawn, and are waiting to get preserved.
I hope some of my brothers could get saved too.
Hopefully none of you would. Morning, Jimmy.
Hey, big bro, what's new?
Nothing much. Just heard the LNER E3s are going to get scrapped.
What? That's horrible!
Jim, look on the bright side. There will be more LMS engines in preservation and no stubborn LNERs.
Harold, that's not nice. They work hard to keep their line open, you know. And they have lots of friends and family that would miss them.
All I'm saying, just because the LNER set the Steam record on the A4s, we had to be streamlined into this.
To be honest, Harold, it was a fair victory. And Sonia did say it was more of a publicity stunt to make us more appealing. Anyway, I'd best be off. See you later, Harry.
Bye, Jam Jam.
Who moved those cattle vans on the last siding? Don't worry, I'm not gonna beat you.
It was me, Ginty.
To death. I'm not gonna beat you to death, Joe Nathan.
Jonathan.
Shut up!
Ginty, stop overreacting. Here, I brought you some more trots for you, if it calms you down.
Thanks, Jimmy.
That's alright. How did you and Ginty start hating each other?
I don't. It was a long time ago anyway, and I have plenty much given up on hating him too.
Well, it's driving me insane trying to hold back Ginty from tearing you wheel from wheel.
Well, he's not the only one. You know he would fight any diesel if he could.
I tell you, if I let go of him, I'll run around like a mad dog.
At least Ginty wouldn't go down without a fight, steam or diesel.
He wouldn't be laughing if they got him and took him to the scrapyards. Oh, if only there were a place where steam engines could be safe.
But there is. Me and Pug were talking about it.
Ginty, don't start.
The island of Sodor. Pug and I went there in 1956.
Sodor? I heard tales about that railway. A tank engine getting his own branch line there too.
An engine getting a new shape after crashing into a goods train.
Exactly. Just imagine it. All of us free and working with no thought of fear. Apart from you, Joe Nathan, you can stay here.
Ginty, stop it! Just think about it. It's about 300 miles from here to Barret. You know British railways are very tight with rules and regulations, and with the diesels about, if we step out of line, we'll be scrapped.
At least there is still a chance.
Well, I best go and refill with water before my next train. Make sure to get my train ready when I get back.
Well, I best be off too. See you later, Pug.
Joe Nathan, come back here with my auto trucks.
Hey Jimmy, how are things? Oh, just fine, thanks. You? Just fine. Could be better though. Why? What's up? Well, 4 of my siblings have been scrapped the last few months. Oh, look, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thanks, Jimmy. A few of my sisters are withdrawn too, so we're just waiting to see what's going to happen to them. I hope they get preserved as well as you. Thank you, Luca. I also heard some other news. Some tank engines were talking about the island of Sodor. Sodor? I think I heard about that place. Why? What's going on there? Well, I've heard it's a place where steam engines can live happily and be free from scrap. Wow, they are lucky. If only it were closer, though. Say, Luca, have you ever liked someone, but were too shy to ask? Well, I used to have a crush on Mons May, but I lost interest in her a few years ago. Oh, well, Luca, what I'm about to say may sound crazy, but... Oh, hang on, I best be going. Speak to you later. Oh, see you later.
And what took you so long, young engine?
Sorry, Alfred. I was just talking to one of my friends.
Ha! Well, unless you want me to become scrap like my other brothers and sisters, then you better help me with this heavy goods train. One of those blasted 8Fs broke down and they want me to pull it.
Surely you can pull it by yourself.
Look at me! I'm an old engine. If I dare straight myself, that's it. Gone. Poof! It's over for me.
Oh, if only we were on the island of Sodor.
What did you say?
The island of Sodor?
Damn those Sundrians. Damn them to hell.
Alfred?
Sorry about that, Luca. It seems the cat's out of the bag now. Me and 87546 once visited Soto in 1924. We worked our best taking any job, but they didn't accept us into their family, and they even insulted 87546 by saying he squawked like a crow. We were both sent packing after those horrid engines made us cause an accident with a train of dynamite vans to extend their line. And their controller had the nerve to call us the disgrace of the LNER!
Well, what if those engines left Soto? It has been a long time since.
I very much doubt it, my dear Luca. They seem to be their controller's favorite engines.
Hello, Luca. What's going on?
Hey there, Hurricane. What brings you down here?
I've been sent to collect some scrap for crew.
Scrap is where you belong, Hurricane. I don't know why you're still in service. You were a failure in 1903. You were a failure when you got built into a tender engine in 1906. So I don't know why they rebuilt you back into a tank engine in 1913. And yet the LNER keep you working from then on.
Well, for your information, Alfred, I've been preserved in the 1940s by Burlington Steelworks, which is the reason why you haven't seen me that often, not like you care to anyways.
Pah!
So, what's it like up there?
Oh, it's hard working and very hot. This is the reason why me and Frank like to call the hottest place in town. Yeah.
Who's Frankie?
She's one of the new diesels who come to help us. She's bossy at times, but she's very quick and hard-working. You could say she's the brain and I'm the brawn. Yeah. She came to replace 16 after he tipped over the slag heap in embankment 10 years later. But I don't mind. Well, I better get going, otherwise the scrap will be piled up a crew. Oh crap! Damn these curves!
Hurricane, are you alright?
Oh, yes, I'm perfectly fine. I've just had a little derailment, that's all. But I don't think Frankie will be pleased if she returned with no scrap train. We're all on a deadline after all.
How about if I collect your train and bring it back here? You'd most likely be back on the track by the time I get back, and then you can take your train to the stewards.
Really? Thanks, Luca.
But Luca, what about my goods train?
Sorry, Alfred. I'm sure you'll manage without me. I'll be right back, Hurricane. Hello?
What are you doing here? No steam engine comes here unless you're sent for scrap.
I'm here to collect a train of scrap for Bridlington.
Over there.
Thank you. How did you get that claw? Surely it must be illegal.
You mean Pinchy? Yeah, he is. But British Rail has bent some rules because they needed some more cranes to scrap you steam engines. You know steam will never live on. Everything and everyone gets replaced at some point. From Fowler to Stanier, Gresley to Thompson, the world keeps changing, and you will meet the end of the line soon.
And what about you?
What?
It's like you said, everything and everyone gets replaced at some point. What if one day, diesels get replaced by something stronger and faster, by them?
I find it ridiculous. Why would British Railways take away my branch line? I've been working endlessly for 16 years keeping all my trains to time.
Tell me about it. It's almost as ridiculous as your spotless record.
Hey!
But being serious, lorries and buses taking away our freight and passengers is rubbish. You will never get traffic jam on the railway, and we could pull a lot more than any road vehicle.
It's just all my work has been for nothing. You remember when a few years ago when I was pulling both passengers and trucks together, and yet I was still on time. I'm just wondering what's going to happen to me when the branch line hits closure. I heard my brother or cousin Barry has been sent for scrap.
To be frank, I don't know, Arthur.
Evening, boys.
Hello, Jess.
Hey, Jessica.
What's up with Arthur?
Oh, he said his branch line is closing down.
What? But he loves that line.
I know. Another victim to the beach index.
It's just unfair. With the amount of engines and lines they're taking down, I'll be surprised if British Railway would have any railway left to run.
You and me both, Jess. Say, I don't mean to stare, but how come you got your own smoke deflectors?
Oh, these? Yeah, I got them custom built after I was the only one of my class to have a new blast pipe.
Ah, yes. Me and some of my sisters have those too. It creates soft exhaust, and so we have to have these big ears to allow our drivers to see where we're going.
I know what they are for, Harold.
So, where would you be heading?
I'm just taking this train to Wolverhampton. Just a normal delivery, like any other.
Cool, cool. I don't mind a bit of goods work, but I prefer passengers over pulling cargo.
Well, with your strength, you could finish my day of work under an hour.
You know, Jessica, has anyone told you that you're the most...
Oh, sorry, Harold, but I've got to go. Catch you later.
See you later.
Hello there. I didn't think a southern engine works this far north. I'm Jessica.
The name's Jasper, and I was sent here to, get some, trucks.
Really? Because you look more lost.
Fine, I wasn't sent here to get any trucks. I was looking for something to trade.
You mean steal?
Okay, yes. I was stealing some cargo, and would sell it to the highest bidder. Things were so much easier back when it was the Big Four, and not one British railway. Now my business is almost dried up.
It's hardly a business, stealing stuff and selling it.
You LMS engines were my #1 customers, you know. But since we're all supposed to be one big happy family, there's no reason you lot would be fighting over the same cargo.
Hi, Jesse. Who's your friend?
Hello, Jim. This is... Never mind. What are you doing?
I'm just taking this goods train to Southampton. Big delivery the ships need for something.
You know, I suggested that your brother Harold could pull some trucks for once in a while.
Oh, good luck with that. He's so tight to his coaches, I'm surprised they're not a part of him.
It's a shame he's so tight with the LMS. He could make some good friends if we gave them a chance.
Tell me about it. You know I befriended Luca from the LNER.
Oh yes. Have you told him about your crush on him?
No, not yet.
Jimmy, you should say something soon. With what's going on, you or him could be scrapped at any moment.
You know, Harold does like you. He's just shy about opening himself out.
I know. He just needs to change first.
And that's how I sort these trucks. Show 'em who's boss, and shunting as quickly as you can. You have to get your shunting finished very early, otherwise your work will get backed up and every shipment and order will be delayed.
Wow, and you've done all of this for 20 years?
Yep, all the way back to World War II. And E2 passed those words on to me, and now I'm passing them on to you.
Thanks, Rosie. I'll be sure to keep these docks in shipshape when you're gone.
Hey, Murdoch.
Jimmy, please, keep it down.
Oh yes, sorry about that, big guy. Though I have to wonder, if you make loud noises, why do you pull freight work? I know a few of your brothers and sisters got to pull passenger trains.
And tolerate with the passengers always being noisy, the PA system constantly shouting, and having to stop at every station? No thank you. I much prefer running through the countryside without any stops.
I see, so as... Never mind.
Hey, what's up, Big M and Jam Jam?
Hello, Neville.
Do you two have to be so noisy?
Well, I have to warn people I'm coming, don't I?
Hey, Biscuit Tin, how's it feel to be that reduction of the steam engines?
Just fine, thank you. At least I wasn't covered like a streamlined tin can.
Oh, touché.
Are you two done?
Oh, come on, big guy. We're just having some fun. How about you? Don't you have anything to say?
Well, I suppose. I am stronger than both of you combined. And I'm also the youngest out of us.
And the last steam engine ever to be built on British Railway.
Wow, this got dark fast.
Neville, you do know it's happened to all of us.
Yeah, and I've been working since 1942 when this country was at war. I've outlived the both of you.
Well, looks like you took Jessica's advice.
Actually, she burst a safety valve, and I said I could take the train for her.
Evening, Harold.
Neville, Murdoch. Well, let's go, Jimmy. It'll be dark soon and I want to be in my warm shed.
I can't do yet. My last two vans need to be unloaded.
Fine, I'll wait. Actually, I'll wait back here.
What's up with him?
Oh, he's afraid of fuel tanks, you see. He sees them as being too dangerous and could explode at any minute.
Surely he knows that these tankers are built to stop any leakage or set on fire.
Yeah, but it's not that easy to conquer your fear.
It's about time. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
So, D261, how was your visit to the Northwestern Railway last year?
Oh, it was just horrible, D40125. They insulted me the day I arrived, and they even laughed when I got a bowler hat stuck in my air intake.
Enough of those steamies. If I ever visit them, I'll show them a piece of my mind.
Of course you would.
The devil, you mean, D7101?
Just admit it. You just sit there and moan for a fitter.
I would not. I would show them. Just to wait and see.
Could you three keep it down, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, but we important diesels are making a point.
It's not like you would understand D7502. Your class are failures from the beginning. Always breaking down, overheating, and needing to get towed away.
Yeah, and did you enjoy falling into the turntable well yesterday?
What? It wasn't my fault. If one of you had cleaned up after the spilled oil on the track, I could have stopped in time.
Okay, that's enough. We're not all perfect.
But some are more perfect than others.
Like those steamers over there.
Ugh, disgusting engines.
Teapots on wheels.
Old-fashioned relics. Hey now, you can learn a lot about them. Tips on taking trains, advice here and there.
Oh, come now, D7101. We diesels don't need to learn. We are revolutionary.
You two took your time.
Sorry about that. All my vans had to be unloaded while Harold ducked in the side after seeing fuel punctures.
Hey, if you want to be blown up, that's fine by me. But at least let me use you as a shield. So, how was your day, Jess?
Just fine, thanks, Harold. Thank you for taking that goods train for me, by the way.
Oh, no problem.
If only we could make you pull more freight trains, Harold.
So, Jessica, can I tell you something?
Why, of course, Harold. What did you want to say?
Well, it's, I've always...
Hello, guys. I hope you don't mind if I rest here for tonight. The sheds are crowded at my sheds.
Well, actually... I wouldn't mind.
Thanks. So, what have you been up to, Jimmy? Oh, the same old. Pulling goods trains up and down the country. You? I did some passenger work, collected a train for a friend, and then more passenger work.
That's lucky for you. I haven't pulled passenger trains since before the war.
Well, we could switch jobs sometimes, Jess. I could pull your goods trains while you take my passengers.
That's kind of you, Harold. But I don't think British Railways would agree to such a term.
So you're Harold. We met at Doncaster this morning.
Oh yes, you told me about 4 of your siblings being sent for scrap. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Harold. So, Harold, what were you about to say to Jessica?
It doesn't matter now.
It's probably best to get some sleep, boys. We got to make every second worth it.
True. Any one of us could be struck next. Until that happens, make it worth your while. Well, see you in the morning. Don't let the shed butts bite.
Have a nice sleep.